So we're just starting this renovation project. We're going to take down some walls in here. We're going to take out the swirl ceilings. We're going to make this place an open concept and refinish the floors and redo the kitchen. I'm looking forward to taking down some walls today and ripping stuff out. What we're going to do here is I'm going to take out all the baseboards. We're going to keep the baseboards. We're going to get rid of the stipple ceiling or the swirl ceilings. And we're going to basically take out this wall over here, and we're going to take out this wall over here. We're going to open up this partial wall all the way to here. So the goal in here is to take down some walls, make this place an open concept. So a lot of people these days want to have open concept kitchens. In order to have an open concept kitchen, most of the time we'll have to remove a load bearing wall. So what a load bearing wall is, it's a wall positioned most of the time at the center of the house. The best way to know if your wall is load bearing is to look in the basement, and most of the time you'll find a steel beam or a wood beam or a beam of some sort underneath your load bearing wall. So in this case here, we do have a steel beam going in the basement right underneath it. And this wall is basically taking the load from our roof trusses. So sometimes it'll be taking the load from the second floor. In this case, it's taking the load from the roof trusses of the house. So in order to remove a load bearing wall, first step is always to strip down all your drywall. We strip down the drywall on the wall, and we also strip down the drywall on each side of the load bearing wall on the ceiling for about 2 foot on each side. Once you've stripped down your drywall, what we're going to do here is we're actually going to build a temporary wall on this side, and we're going to build another wall on the other side of the wall we're taking down. So the way we build the wall is we put two 2x6s on the ceiling, and we put a double 2x4 post at every 4 foot. That should be sufficient to take the load from the roof trusses temporarily while we remove the load bearing wall. Once we've removed the load bearing wall, then our beam is going to go in. So what we have over here is LVLs. So each one of these LVLs are 9.5 inch wide by 2 inch thick, right? So for this house over here, we're going to put 4 LVLs together, and it's going to be supported at each end by 4 2x4s. And then we're going to attach all of our roof trusses to these LVLs with joist hangers. So once we have this done, we'll be able to have an open concept. It's going to be flat, so it's going to be flush ceiling. We're not going to see the beam in any way, and it'll look really, really nice. So we're almost done putting all the insulation back into the ceiling after putting the beam in. The beam is 4 9.5 inch LVLs, and we have all of the ceiling joists here that are installed with a joist hanger. So we use joist hanger nails and put everything through the joist hanger, the joist end to the beam. The beam has two nails at every foot, give or take, and it's also glued together and held back into the wall by 4 2x4 at each end. So we're going to finish putting the last couple of insulation pieces in, and then we're going to be able to move on to the next step, which is going to be a vapor barrier. So the vapor barrier actually seals off the attic and the warm space, which is in here. So I installed little pieces of blocking between every joist just to make sure I have somewhere to put the acoustic seal on. All right, last piece in. That's it. Insulation is back in, and we're ready to move on to the next step.
Afterwards, we have the City of Ottawa inspector coming in for a final inspection, and once they give us the go-ahead, we are ready to move ahead to the drywalling step. And the drywallers are going to take away all of the swirled ceiling that you can see here, and they are considered a bit dated now. So what we're going to be doing is having our drywallers just do a smooth coat over the entire ceiling, and then it's going to look a lot better with the modern pot light look that we're going for. And then what we're also going to be doing is we're going to be removing this laminate flooring here, and the hardwood that's here is red oak. So we're going to be getting more red oak and running that all the way through the kitchen, so that there's going to be basically hardwood covering the entire main floor. And then what we're going to be doing also is just taking off the remaining drywall, and that's going to be where the cabinets are going in. And once the cabinets are in, then we can finish basically the rest of the kitchen. So that means, you know, putting in the countertops and the backsplash and the light fixtures and all the finishing details. We're excited.